Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Take it in at the 3. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
One guarantee I can absolutely make is that all week in preparation, the coach kept telling his team, we're on the road. Don't do anything to bring the crowd into it. And that's exactly what they just did. Return, and now the home team crowd, they are fired up.
My phone, yeah.
Come on, set.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
To throw on 2nd down, Lawson. They'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Check right.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
Well, to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Lawson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. His first career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Winslow. That's caught. It's Bryan Edwards. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. An effective 7-yard third down conversion. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Throwing on first down. Winslow. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Edwards. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Pollard going to try the right side. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Pollard is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now here's Pollard. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Panthers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly. But, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And their opening drive, that ended with the interception. Fortunate, though, it didn't lead to points.
It didn't lead to points, and because they kind of got away with one, maybe you come back and throw something similar again to show that you're not afraid, that you're not going to back down, and take your shot. Let the defense know that you're going to be there all game long.
You done had it on all day? Yeah, you gotta need to take it off. Yeah.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Off the play fake. Lawson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
And I know this isn't what they were hoping to see at any point this season from their new starter, because they brought him in to take care of the ball and add a new dimension to the offense. They didn't expect the dimension to be a bunch of turnovers, and that's what's happening right now.
Taking it off.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Winslow. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Winslow. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. On 1st and 10, Winslow. And his ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Cowboys use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Really don't really need it until you like just moving around. Don't be moving around a lot. Yeah, feel that.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Lawson. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. They go play action here on 1st down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Lawson. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. Here's the Panthers punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. Now a give here to Pollard. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. Touchdown! C.D. Lamb. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but The way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On first down, Lawson. And a throw right sideline is complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets them to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Lawson. Open man is Uzama. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. He's got a man complete. The 40. The 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. CeeDee Lamb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first-half lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and a rout is on here in this first half. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Going right back to Akers. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 59 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
52 blaster. Black Ultra. Ready?
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking end zone for Jones. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Light blue. Ready.
To throw again. Lawson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
Pressure comes in, he's brought down, it's a Panther sack. Brian Burns flying in there and dropping him for the sack.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run, but in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. A fairly short kick from the 14. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in.
The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing again. Winslow. And this will be caught by Edwards. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Off play action. Winslow. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
2nd and 1, if people want to run the football, this is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Okay, ready?
They'll go again here with Akers. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he gets it up past the 35.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Working with 2nd and 5 now. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Third down, as a defender, all you're thinking about is getting off the field. How do you stop this last play? But if you don't wrap up when you tackle and you play it back like this, all of a sudden he's taking it to the house, and now you're looking at each other wondering, what did we do wrong on that play?
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Winslow. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And that one came close to hitting the big scoreboard up there as the fair catch is made inside the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. On the give, this is Akers. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Lawson. He'll let this go for the end zone. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. This one fielded at the 5. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They go back to Pollard on second down. Room here to run. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, 64 yards. And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Panthers. DJ Moore. Already his 2nd touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Panthers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Winslow. That is caught by Lamb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Here's Pollard. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They go back to Pollard on second down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 138 yards rushing for him now here in week one. A very solid start to this new campaign. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Here's Pollard again. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or two if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game. And that has to drive a coach crazy.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Run for Pollard, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen. And you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, he's going to take this out of the back of the end zone. And that's going to be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And they take a knee. And they'll indeed take a knee. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting ready to move, and the officials don't detect it.
And it looks like